Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video, and I'm going to be doing another top 5 video. This time it's going to be my top 5 most anticipated hot toys from Avengers Infinity War. So obviously the trailer did just drop yesterday. It was great. I really enjoyed the new trailer, and it's really gotten me quite excited for Infinity War, even though I already was extremely excited. So I'm definitely interested in the figures that will accompany this movie, and I'm going to make a couple videos now, a couple top 5 for Infinity War videos. This one's going to be my top 5 hot toys, and I've made a top 5 Marvel Legends, which will be posted if it's not already. So let's get started. These are my top 5 Hot Toys figures that I plan to, or that I want to see from Hot Toys. I don't know if I'm going to get all 5 of these. I think there's a solid chance I get, assuming that they do them all, I think there's a solid chance I get 4. Maybe I get all 5, but we'll have to see. So starting off with number 5, I'm going Thanos, and it's probably surprising that he's so low on this list. Thanos you'd think would be a little higher. The only reason I have him so low, even though I'm a huge Marvel villains fan, so far I've purchased every Hot Toys Marvel villain that's been made. But this one I did put a little lower because I'm very excited for Thanos, but I'm not a big fan of his new design. I think it's not as cool as his armored one, and Hot Toys has already made the armor one, which I already own. So I already have a version of him, and it's a version that I think looks better. It's obviously lacking the Infinity Gauntlet, and it's not from, it's not his main look, considering this is now his main look. So there is a part of me that does want to get it. However, I don't know if I'm going to get it, just because it would be extremely expensive, and it's an update, and it's an update that I'm not even a big fan of. I did hear an interview from one of the Russo brothers explaining his new look, and I did like the explanation for his new look. So from a story standpoint, I do think it fits, but from a character or just a design standpoint, I don't think it's as visually interesting as the last one, unfortunately. And considering now he has bare arms, they could possibly do his arms rubber. I'm hoping that they do what they did with the last one, though, and have it actually articulate. That would be quite nice. Now, if his arms are bare rubber, I probably won't get this one for sure. If they're not rubber, though, then I would definitely consider it. And yeah, it just depends how the new design looks in Hot Toys form, I have to say. Number 4 is going to be Nebula, just because I like Nebula a lot from Guardians of the Galaxy, and we unfortunately have not received a figure from her from either Guardians of the Galaxy 1 or 2, so I think that this is finally going to be the time that it happens. She is, of course, going to be in Infinity War. My prediction is she dies in Infinity War. I think that her character arc doesn't have too much more to go, and I think she's rather reckless, and this is obviously very personal for her, being that it's her adopted father. So I definitely could see her making a rash choice in trying to kill him and then getting killed herself. That's just my guess. But anyway, I'm very excited for a Nebula figure. I've been wanting one for quite a while, and again, I think this is the time we'll actually get it, considering we haven't received one before, so I could see them now deciding to do it. Considering a lot of the other characters from this movie we've already received Hot Toys versions of, they're not going to redo them all. They certainly won't do Black Panther. They're not going to do like Gamora or Star-Lord. They're probably not going to do Loki. There's just a lot of characters that their designs haven't changed very much, so I doubt that they'll do another version of. But Nebula, of course, we haven't received any version of yet, so I could totally see them doing her because it's kind of time for that. Now, number 3, I'm not even 100% sure if she's going to be in Infinity War. So far, I don't believe that she's going to be in Infinity War, but everybody seems to think that she is in Infinity War, and the Vanity Fair coverage did have her in the photos. However, she's not. Some of those photos were old, so I'm not 100% sure if she actually is going to be in Infinity War, but if she is, I would definitely very much love a Hot Toys version of Wasp. I'm very excited for this new character. I think that she looks cool. I doubt that it will be made for Infinity War, though, considering Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out just a couple months after Infinity War. They'd probably just skip her from Infinity War and just make the figure for the Ant-Man movie. But nonetheless, I'm very excited for this new Wasp character and figure. I like her design a lot, and I think that she could be a very cool Hot Toys figure. I enjoy it, flying Hot Toys figures. They're just kind of fun to pose, and yeah, I think that their poses don't require too much strain on the costume either. That's another thing that's really good. Like this pose right here of her flying, you could totally achieve that with Hot Toys, even with a tight suit, and also just the standard kind of floating one leg up and bent. It's a rather minimal stress on the suit, so I enjoy Hot Toys flying figures for that reason too. But this one I'm very excited for. I think that she looks very cool. Now my second pick has to be Teenage Groot. I'm just a big Groot fan, always have been. I really enjoy the Groot character, and I enjoy the fact that they are making him a different age in each movie, and it also helps keep the figures fresh, considering he's not just getting a new costume like all these other characters, he's actually changing his physical appearance each time, and having different proportions, and having a different personality based on his age range, which I think is very fun and cool, and again, it keeps the figures fresh. So I'm very excited for this new Groot. I think that the teenage age range is going to be really fun, and I would love a Hot Toys figure of him. I have the other Hot Toys Groots. Baby Groot should be coming like within a month. I'm very excited for that figure, so I definitely would love to get a Teenage Groot to kind of complete the set, get the potted, baby, teenage, and adult. That would be very cool. That would be a nice set, and maybe get like a King Groot or an elderly Groot in the future. That would be super cool. So yeah, I'm very excited for this figure, and as long as Hot Toys keeps making Groots, I'm gonna keep buying them. You know, I don't do that very often. I very much try to pick just one version of the character to purchase, except when it comes to Groot. I'll buy as many Groots as they make. You know, that's the one figure that I allow myself to buy multiple versions of. But speaking about buying multiple versions of a character, my number one choice has to be Captain America. This is very surprising to me. Captain America is obviously a character that you'd think would be run down by at this point, considering he's been in so many films. There's been so many versions of him in Hot Toys form, and you know, you think that he'd be getting a little stale at this point. But it's actually the opposite for me. My favoritism towards Captain America has only grown throughout the movies. When the MCU first started, Captain America was certainly not my favorite Avenger. I think that probably Tony Stark would be. But as the films have kind of progressed, I've kind of decided that Captain America is my favorite Avenger, surprisingly, and I'm really enjoying his character, and I'm really liking his new look in this new movie. I actually really like the beard. That's something that when I first saw, I thought, oh, that's kind of neat. I was never against it, but I was never like super for it until this trailer. Like when I saw it in this trailer, I was like, that is fantastic. I absolutely love it. I have a Captain America already from the original Avengers movie, and I've been very happy with that Captain America. I've always considered buying the others, but I've always not done it for various reasons. This time, though, I do plan to purchase this Captain America. I think that it looks fantastic. Love the new head sculpt, and then his costume I think is very cool. It's kind of it's like a cross between the Civil War one and the stealth version from Winter Soldier. I think it's very cool. It's got like the Civil War look, but it's got the color scheme of the stealth version, where it's very dark and kind of worn and beat down. Considering I don't think that he really upgrades his suit between Civil War and this one, so it's still very damaged. And of course, he is going to be getting a new shield made by T'Challa, so it could be very cool to see what that new shield looks like. They might change it up quite a bit, and this might be like the final hurrah for Captain America. I'm sure he'll be in Avengers 4, but this might be kind of the end of this character, at least this Steve Rogers in the MCU, possibly. I certainly hope it's not, though, but we'll see. Overall, extremely excited for this figure. If you told me like a month ago that my most anticipated Hot Toys figure from Avengers Infinity War would be Captain America, I'd tell you you're crazy, but it's the case. After that trailer came out, I really got super pumped for a new Captain America figure. Cannot wait to see it. Hope that it looks awesome. I'm sure it'll have those like Panther gauntlets as well that he's rocking in that photo at the bottom there. I think that looks very cool too. So I'm extremely excited for a new Captain America figure. I hope that they really pull out all the stops for this new figure. You know, maybe like two faces to do different expressions, and just a really cool array of accessories. And if they can like redesign the suit so that it's tailored so perfectly that it can have a really nice new amount of range as far as articulation is concerned, that would be really fantastic. So there you go. That's my top 5 picks for the Hot Toys I'm most anticipating from Avengers Infinity War, being Captain America, Teenage Groot, the Wasp, Nebula, and Thanos. Let me know what you guys think of my choices, and I'd love to hear your choices as well. And thanks so much for watching.